Is 2021 the best year to buy real estate?
Here's what you should consider.
What's up everyone, welcome to VC. My name is Vincent.
And I'm Chloe. So you might be wondering, would buying a house in 2021 be a good idea, or should I just wait for the market, how it turns out, right?
Yeah, everyone wants a property to call it your own, not rented but owned by you. Before the economic depression, it used to be like,
anytime also can buy property ma, as long as you're ready, have a financial capability, buy lor.
but how often we do hear now,
How to buy property in this pandemic? No lui eh.
Many people are uncertain whether they should make a move of purchasing a property due to the MCO or CMCO that has affected quite a number of people and also the economy. Let's go in depth why 2021 is the best time to buy your property. Firstly, we'll be talking about interest rates. Now, Bank Negara Malaysia's overnight policy rate, known as OPR, is at its lowest in 2 decades at 1.75%. What does the OPR have to do with interest rate? A low OPR rate leads to low interest rates. With lower interest rates, you get a lower monthly installment.
Now let's look at the chart for bank lending rate. In 1997 to 1998, Asian financial crisis happened and raised a fear of worldwide economic meltdown due to the financial contagion. During that time, the average interest rate is as high as 13%. That's high. It dropped to 7% average for the next 10 years until the Great Recession in 2008. Then it dropped to an average of 5% in the next decade again. Now the rise of COVID-19 pandemic until today, 2021, has suppressed the interest rate down as low as 2.89%. But after all this percentage, how does it affect the price of home loan?
To put things into perspective, for a 500,000 house, 90% loan will be 450,000, with the longest loan tenure of 35 years provided by commercial banks in Malaysia. So imagine you were to loan that property in 1997 with the interest rate of 13%. You are paying 4,928 ringgit a month for your monthly repayment, with an average interest rate of 6% from 1999 to 2019. You will be paying 2,566 ringgit a month.
What about buying a house 2 years ago in 2019? Same thing, but a change of interest rate to 4.5%. Your monthly repayment will be 2,129 ringgit. Yet in this current pandemic known as a worldwide recession that is going on at the moment, with the interest rate of 2.89%, you'll be only paying 1,704 ringgit for your monthly repayment. So compare 2019 and 2021, you could literally save up to 425 ringgit per month on your monthly installment if you are purchasing a house right now in 2021. However, one important thing to take note that is the interest rate will gradually go back up as the OPR rate increases. After looking at the interest rate comparison in 20 years time, would you buy a house now though?
Duh. Well, if you ask me, definitely yes, if I have the capability of getting a loan from the bank. Like, imagine you're getting a house earlier and you're paying a lower monthly repayment, right? With lower interest rate. Then your loan tenure will be already running. Compared to a person who is just entering the market with higher monthly repayment, definitely buying one now is so much worth it.
Yeah, that's it. Considering that the economy is now recovering, the OPR is expected to stay low for the time being. With this, the negative sentiment may just turn positive. That would really help the property market. The next reason why 2021 is the best year to buy a property, whether for your own stay or investment, is the government recently extended home ownership campaign known as HOC until the end of 2021.
So, if you have or have not heard of the HOC or need a recall about it, we've made a video purely about HOC. So click here to watch it. This campaign helped a lot of home buyers to buy their homes with ease, as it lowers down their upfront cost when buying a property. Just in case you've missed it, we've linked it down below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up if you know more about HOC now.
Recently, the Minister of Finance has agreed to extend HOC that began in 2019. Under this campaign, home buyers can enjoy stamp duty exemption on their loan agreement and on the Memorandum of Transfer, known as MOT. For a 500,000 home, that would mean that you can save up to 11,250 ringgit.
Plus, Bank Negara Malaysia has removed the 70% loan-to-value restriction on third home loans above 600,000. This means if you're buying your third home, you can now apply for 90% loan margin.
Thus, you won't have to fork out a huge upfront sum to buy a home. Just to remind everyone again, HOC only applies to property in the primary market, where you are buying a property still under construction or it is complete from a developer themselves and it must be residential property. Buying a subside property does not qualify for this exemption.
So, do you think that it's really a big difference when you buy with HOC and without HOC?
Yeah, of course. Let's say you were buying a home worth 500,000, 90% loan would be 450,000. If you're buying with HOC, the total cost of additional fee would be, that's total of 15.6 thousand ringgit. So the stamp duty, your MOT is exempted. But if you're buying a property without a HOC, that's how much you have to pay, total of 26.9 thousand. So here's the difference between them. So total up, you can actually save up to 11,250 ringgit. So put it in another perspective. Are you able to actually earn additional income or profit from your business of 11,000 in a month's time? But that's the way you can actually save up money, which good that government actually provides such campaign for home buyers to save up money lah.
So if you want to know more about any property that is under HOC, do comment down below or email us via somewhere here. We'll contact you shortly.
Due to the high number of unsold property in the market before COVID-19 pandemic struck, property developers introduced different never have seen before deals on existing properties. This could be because supply is higher than demand, or people just can't actually afford to buy a home right now.
Let me just give a brief explanation on how the supply and demand works in the property market. When the demand of a housing is high but supply is low, home prices often rises. When there is an excess of housing available in a market, homeowners may lower down their price due to the less demand in the market. That's where you see an oversupply of housing.
So this leads to the next point, where the packages provided by developers are encouraging potential home buyers to get their property by giving amazing deals. For example, no down payment, free maintenance fee, free renovation furnishing, rebate, discount, and everywhere. It's crazy. So that's how you save money. Good.
Some developers are even offering 100% financing, which means you can own a home without any upfront costs. Everything is included in your monthly installment. Damn. Good thing is you can potentially save up a lot of money if you are buying from the primary market. But sometimes all of us are just too greedy to want more and more. If I were to tell you that you get to save up to this and even get free furnishing, some of you would still mention you want more deals, you want it cheaper. Of course, it's human nature to want better deals, to get cheaper things. So here's just a small tip for everyone. You can take a step back to have a clearer picture on how you can save if you seal the deal. So firstly is write down the figures. Don't just write down free renovation. Instead, write down how much would the renovation cost if you were to get a bare unit, you were to renovate it yourself, and then you will get a bigger picture of everything. Then you will know if you're getting a good deal or not.
To make it easier, you can contact your closest property agent or you can contact us to know more on the deal. If you're looking for a property with good deals, do contact us and we are ready to help clients to save while buying their property. Email in down below. Lastly, it would be the RPGT. In Malaysia, real estate property gain tax is one of the most important property-related taxes and is chargeable on the profit gain from selling a property. Whether you are a property investor or an owner just simply looking to sell your property to purchase your dream home, your better investment property, it is important to be aware of all the costs when it comes to real estate transactions.
In 2090, 30% of the RPGT rate will be charged if the period of ownership is within 3 years. From 3 to 4 years of ownership, it will be dropped down to 20%, while 4 to 5 years of ownership will be at 15%. A property with 5 or more years of ownership will be charged of 5% of RPGT. This applies to only Malaysian or permanent residents in Malaysia. There are different rates for companies and foreigners' investment on RPGT rate. You may look at the chart right here. So the good news is an RPGT exemption is given on the chargeable gain on the disposal of a residential property by an individual who is a Malaysian citizen from 1st June 2020 to 31st December 2021. The exemption is limited to a disposal of 3 units of residential homes per individual.
So let's cut it short. If you purchased a property for 500,000 in June 2015 and sold it for 800,000 in November 2018, the chargeable gain would be 300,000. In this case, the RPGT rate will be at 20%, so the tax will be 60,000. That's quite a bit of money you just lost, which means the profit on selling the property will be highly effective because you're earning less due to the payment of RPGT, right? But if you're selling your property today in 2021 with the given exemption, you'll be saving 60,000 from your property gain tax.
Nice. Yep. Hence, this RPGT exemption will help buyers who want to upgrade their homes and also investors to bring homes into the market, as the exemption will not only benefit sellers, but it will also benefit buyers for more options and not to mention more space when it comes to negotiation. So imagine if the owner is saving up to 5% on tax back in the day, the buyer has more room to negotiate for a lower price, right?
Yeah. So yeah, to sum it up, with all of the savings and attractive promotions, 2021 is a good year to buy a home or invest into the real estate market. Personally, we would recommend to get a property now if you are financially secured. Do check with your closest property agent or banker on how much you can really afford with your current salary or income.
Nevertheless, as property investment is a long-term commitment, you must make sure you have the right financial backing and the sufficient funds before deciding to buy a home. Do make sure to do enough research on the property you're interested in. You found a place you genuinely love and it's affordable for you and you're financially secured. Don't just buy your property because of the discount and packages that it's offering.
So that wraps up today's topic. Make sure you take into consideration of the interest rate right now, the government initiated campaign, the HOC, and also the attractive promotion given by several developers, and also the RPGT exemption. Yeah. So here's the end of the video, everyone. Thank you for watching. If you like this kind of content, or if you get value out from this kind of videos, do give us a subscribe and put on the bell, give it a like. That will really help. And we'll see you in the next video.
Ciao.